Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to a very special episode of the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, flying solo tonight, as you can see, but my co-host, Evan, will be here in spirit because he is the man of the hour tonight. But before we get to all that, good evening. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I see all of our good friends in the chat. A lot of our good friends here. Fresh. Fresh in the house. Welcome, Fresh. And Kathy, Thomas, Toast. Good to see you in here, Toast. Scott, William, Joe Cola, of course. Let's see. Old Radios. Welcome, Old Radios. I'm sure I didn't merge anybody. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. And yes, we're here on kind of an off-schedule night, actually celebrating our very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink, who, again, is not here because he is celebrating his birthday, which I'm going to go ahead and come clean. A little bit of a caveat, and to kind of explain the scheduling. His birthday is actually tomorrow. So this is an early celebration of Evan's birthday. So I'm really happy to see you all here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you, Thomas. Yes, this winter storm is coming in. It's getting a lot of the kind of the middle of the country, and then us right at the tail end of that. And we're getting some ice, a lot of ice. Originally, it was gonna be a lot of snow, and that would have been both like amazing because we don't get a lot of snow, but terrifying because they were talking about 2 feet of snow. I've never seen anything like that, and I'm sure many of you out there are more snow experienced viewers, especially someone like Kathy up in Canada. I'm sure that, you know, you've had your fair share of nightmare snows and ice storms and all that. We don't get too many in our neck of the woods. So we're definitely bracing, and fresh and prompt. It's looking clear. Well, wow. Well, aren't you lucky? Because I hear in my state, it's from Raleigh to Charlotte. You know, there's this crescent. So anybody that's in that crescent, it's lights out. No, it's a weird system. We don't get a lot of stuff like that, but I think, you know, we're prepared. I'm feeling good. So I hope everybody, I'm sure most of you who have to deal with snow, it's like nothing. But here in our neck of the woods, it's kind of like, it is a nightmare scenario. So everybody's running, you know, kind of the news is scaring everybody. But it's fun. It's fun. You know me, I like scary. I have fun with scary. But yeah, Toast. There's a thing is too much snow. So, you know, I can understand that. But yeah, we're, you know, I think we'll be all right, but, you know, and then the concern is power's going to get knocked out, which makes me wonder about next week, but I think we'll be back on schedule as normal next week. But again, this week, we already had to take a break in the middle of, right as we get to the end of the season, taking a break, because Evan was going to be celebrating his birthday. So when I was like, all right, we'll do something a little different on this Friday. Like, I want to do something. I don't want to just let the Friday go. I ain't doing anything different. You know, but I was like, but you know, hey, like I can celebrate Evan's birthday too. We can celebrate Evan's birthday too. And so I thought, okay, well, what better way to do that than with kind of like our normal stream, but made up entirely of short films featuring Evan himself. So that's what we got for you guys tonight. And Kathy, that is wild. I don't even know how you don't get frostbite and die immediately stepping out. I would not. I would not last a second. I guess you're very acclimated to dealing with that. You know, again, I would not fare well being here in the South. So, Oh, well, that's good, Scott. Okay. Torpedo juice. All right, Irish cream. There you go. Hey, you want to talk about staying warm. And yeah, so Evan's not here, so I didn't have, like, you know me, I'm not good at making schlocktails, but I did kind of in a way, I guess, continue what Evan's been doing this season with a variation on a cocktail that we've done in the past, which was way back in season 1 when we watched the 8-Man. We had Dirty Banana, and it was actually really good. Well, I was like, I really enjoyed that. That would be a good one to, like, if I was going to make one to enjoy as we celebrate Evan, make it that one. Well, of course, I didn't have all the ingredients, couldn't get all the ingredients. So this is like, it's kind of like a White Russian, but with banana flavored rum. And I haven't tried it yet. Could be terrible. So in the spirit of Evan's schlocktails and for Evan's birthday, cheers, everyone. Actually, kind of smooth. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like one of those, like, kind of like those popsicles you could get for $1 where it's like chocolate banana flavored, but it's like, it's not real banana. It's artificial flavor. So there's like a watered downness to it, but actually pretty good. I was like concerned about the banana rum, but I think in the spirit of Evan, I think it's perfect. Sears in the house. Welcome, Sears. Hope you are doing well tonight, and thank you for being here. And Jack Doobie. Cheers, Jack. Yeah, I'm glad to see a full house tonight. Because, again, we're going to celebrate Evan in a special way. This is, again, I briefly thought about trying to do a best of stuff from the show. In a way, I kind of have something like that. But I didn't have enough time for that. But I did get creative because I thought it would be, like, a fun way to kind of me do the show how I normally do. But, I like to add context and give, like, a historical kind of framework to what we're watching. I've done that tonight with some very old short films, which all the ones that we're going to watch tonight feature Evan. These are short films that I made back in the day, and we've never shown them to you guys. And I don't know, we kind of have the old channels on our YouTube page. Maybe you've checked them out before. And, it's kind of like our home movies, kind of like... But, they're movies with a story. They're little shorts with a story. And it's kind of an interesting way to celebrate Evan by kind of like taking a look at, you're going to kind of see Evan grow up tonight. It's going to be kind of cool. You're going to kind of see a few people grow up tonight. So it's kind of like this wild thing because I was thinking about it last night. I've known Evan for... 20 years, over 20 years at this point. Met each other in middle school, and we're basically in all the same classes after that. And in 7th grade, we had a really inspiring, amazing teacher who kind of got all of us that were in his class kind of got bit by a creative bug in different ways. And so, a lot of us still to this day. But Evan was one of those people. And so as we kind of went through school, we just kind of gravitated towards us and a few other people initially making video projects for school, but then just trying to make movies and just trying to hang out. So what you have is kind of this timeline through a series of school projects and personal shorts that are ridiculous. They're all over the place in terms of genre. Mostly comedy. There's some horror in here tonight, so I'm interested to see how that lands, because again, let's put some more context around this. These are films by children. I am one of these children. It's not, again, it's rough around the edges. There's not always a perfect attention to detail. You're going to see some ridiculous non-choices in the costume department and other things, but you're going to see some other stuff that I think is kind of cool. And I can guarantee with everything, there's at least an interesting story. So we're kind of going to go through it tonight, and I'll give context, we'll watch, and we'll talk about Evan, and again, kind of Evan's evolution because I've been working with him creatively since then through what we see today. And so we'll also, during the breaks, we'll get shorts, the YouTube shorts that we have from the show, compilations of those, and some of Evan's other work. So again, it's kind of, you're getting to see the evolution of Evan. It's really, heady way to celebrate his birthday. I think it's going to be fun. So old radios. It's, what is it? I had two different cameras. The first one was a mini DV, tape camera. And then the second one was, I think it was a Canon HD, just a little handheld camcorder, but I mean, it got the job done. But you see varying degrees of quality. And I think we're gonna enjoy it. So yeah, this is you'll get to see it, and I'll give context. But we're gonna go ahead and get into our first short of the night, which this is actually the very first project that I ever worked on with Evan, video project. It was 8th grade. It was for English. And we were reading The Outsiders. I'm sure most of you may be familiar with, I'm blanking on the author's name right now, but that novel, of course, made it to a film by Francis Ford Coppola. We got assigned to make, little videos. You could do really whatever you wanted. But, I'm a movie guy. I want to make a movie. Some people were doing kind of fun side stories and different kind of adaptations off of them, offshoots. But again, this is a testament to how we did things. It was, let's find the most difficult part of the book and let's film that. Let's do that. So if you know that book, one of the craziest things that happens is the main characters, these two greasers, Pony Boy, who I play, and Johnny, who Evan plays, we're on the run or something, and then these kids are trapped in this burning church, and we were the ones that set the fire. So we go in and we rescue the kids. So we decided, hey, we can do that. We can make that happen. And you'll get to see the result, because I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. So, if everybody's ready, and again, don't hold back. Have fun with this. Feel free to make fun. Feel free to again, I know what these are. I think everybody that's involved with these projects, we appreciate what works and what doesn't work. It is, I think for the most part, though, things hold up. Maybe some things may be a little dated, but, judge for yourselves and, feel free to pass judgment. We're all friends here, right? So, if everybody's ready, we're going to go ahead and get into this scene from The Outsiders right now. Yeah, The Outsiders. And and again, you'll see kind of the level of quality. And this is an edit I did after the fact. And I'll try not to blabber the whole time. Oh, and prepare for a lot of copyrighted music. I'm just going to bite the bullet on that.
Guys, wait.
So that's me and Evan. There's the church.
we aren't sure, but there was a, but we were having a picnic and there was a fire.
Evan's trying not to laugh.
But thank heaven it's wet season, and the fire department's gonna be here and the place is completely worthless.
That was a cigarette or something.
See that? That's me going cut.
Half an hour. I thought they were climbing the hill. I told them not to play in the church. I told them. Get yourself.
I'll get him.
I'll get him.
No, wait. I'll go get him. You stay here.
That's my brother Job with pillows stuck in his shirt and baby powder in his hair.
Hey, boy.
Where's that other guy?
It is the Godfather Thomas. You're gonna see tonight. I just took a lot of popular music for these videos,
Where are the
and
kids?
In the back, I guess.
you know,
Come on.
it's just kind of random. That's our neighbor, the only kid we could find. I love the jump cuts. It's just so.
Gonna cave in any minute. Forget those kids.
So nice, we showed it twice. He's getting like crushed by some wood. And then I get knocked out. So that's it. That's how a lot to set the tone for tonight. A lot of these are like 2-3 minutes. There's a couple longer ones. But especially the school projects are pretty short. And yeah, as you can see, somebody was struggling with the editing software, and that's will not recur as heavily tonight, but is certainly a factor that will come back up. I can't tell you what a freaking time I used to have back in the day trying to deal with editing software. I believe if anybody is out there is familiar with Sony Vegas, that was that movie maker. And as you can see right there, we milked the fire to the very end. So, we had a lot of fun with that. And Alana's in the house. Welcome, Alana. So Alana, as many of you know, she did go out for her trip over the past week. We will be talking to her about this next week when we're back on schedule. Evan's back. We're all back. We're gonna ask Alana about how her trip was, and she's gonna share some pictures. I've already seen some. It looks like she had a blast. So we're glad that it was a good trip, Alana, and glad you're back, and hope the weather's treating you okay. Welcome, James. James is in the house. Hope you are doing good tonight, James. And yes, we are celebrating the man of the hour. Yeah, no, Scott, that would have been a good idea. It was funny when I was thinking about it, or when I was preparing this, I was like, oh, I could have done that shot. I should have done that shot. And it's just so funny when you're a kid and you're just like what you do think of and what you don't think of. And I think we'll notice I tend to prefer a wide shot for especially earlier in my career. I'm a fan of the wide shot. So it's interesting. But yeah, as you can see, Evan's kind of the hero there, and that's something that's gonna be like recurring. But you know, you're gonna see Evan's range tonight. He's played heroes and villains and, you know, everything in between. And so after that, we didn't film anything for like the next year. Got to high school, and towards the end of freshman year, me out of nowhere, I was like, I want to make a movie. And so I decided the easiest thing to do would be a sketch film. because why not? Because me and my group of friends, included Evan, joked around a lot in the mornings and in class and whenever we could find time. And we would just riff, and we'd also tell a lot of Family Guy jokes and do just a lot of like that kind of stuff. So we decided, well, we're going to make a sketch film. Needless to say, we did not make the sketch film. There's 2 sketches that are like out there. They're, they're not bad, but they're maybe a little dated in certain ways. Maybe they're a little not insensitive in a bad way. They're just, I don't know. They're just they exist in a gray area. Let's put it like that. But what we do have that I would like to show from that, to just chronicle that period in time, is a blooper reel. And I think this gives a good behind the scenes look at how our group was operating at this time. And see a good amount of Evan, and you'll see me getting frustrated and being bossy. And I think, generally it's just kind of silly. So, and again, keeping up the theme, copyrighted music. Again, I just didn't. Now, later you're going to see, I think we use a lot of Incompetech, the Kevin McLeod stuff, which is like, a lot of that is what we use for like our background music here. That stuff you can use. You get a license, you use it. But at certain points, I either just, it was for a project, so I just find what I could find and get it on there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this blooper reel for the film entitled The Really Big Skip Movie. Right now. And most of this is from just one sketch. The second time that we filmed it.
Cut! Adam, what are you doing?
That's Evan in the hat.
JCK. You need man. Wait.
I think we should have turned back there, my lord. Silence, knave. I am an explorer.
Oh, old radios, that
I
sucks.
forgot my lines.
Alright, get him centered. Alright, ready? And try to look past the camera, please.
How is this possible?
Look right at the camera, right there.
Got your composure.
Oh! I just told you.
How we got anything done on it?
That's a twig. Remember, look. Don't smile too. You're miserable.
Oh, it's recording.
Would you stop recording?
Hello, Hollywood.
Ah! Somebody help me, please.
That's it. To this day, we still use that quote in my friend group.
All right,
You ever hear Evan say that?
Action. God. Adam!
Yay! I hate fruit cups.
Just like you are now, you're miserable. Alright, and action.
Adam's always with the break.
I got mail. I got mail. I got mail. Yay!
Alright, and action.
My squeaky voice. That's right.
What are you doing?
Get the camera ready.
See, I had no problem yelling at my friends.
Oh my god!
Yeah, well, we didn't have any problem yelling at each other.
Dang, it's hard to say.
Well-
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of Wellsworth Wilderness
Well,
That's what she said.
action.
and die.
Ah,
It's backwards. It's backwards.
crouch. America.
Caveman Adventures. Says your fingers on the lines.
Sit down. That's what she said. I'm sorry, I can't afford
You can
to
tell
sound
it's
effects.
2008, right?
Oh, really? Could have fooled me.
2009, actually. You get it right.
Action. Adam, you gotta stop. Hold on, one more time. No more Adam. We got and Adam. Scoff. Just quit taking pictures. Action.
This is the one time Adam's ready to go, and then
You say well.
Evan blows the
I
tape.
mean, you say well.
No, Garrett, your mom does that.
I'm gonna have your faces like right in front of the camera. Like you're just. Great. That looks so freaking awesome.
Okay, let's look at
Let's
it.
try it one more time. Oh, wait, you said action.
I wouldn't be a good director if I didn't
Doing?
press on after one good
All right,
take.
ready? All right, you ready? And.
I got mail. I got mail.
Alright, ready?
I got mail. I got mail. I got mail.
Tom O in the house. Welcome, Tom O. Hope you're doing well tonight.
I didn't know you were still shooting. Why we gotta get back?
Just a bunch of teenagers playing around, right? Yeah. Well, no, Alana. See, the thing about that joke is my mom was literally like maybe like 50 yards away, so it was, you know, there was a layer there. It's surprising.
There you go, son.
What are you doing? Alright, now watch TV. Adam, Adam! Alright. Quit it! Quit it!
Yes, old radios. I believe I unfortunately throw that around in one of the later shows, but you know, it's unfortunately a product of its time. You learn and you grow.
And hold the lettuce. Dummy front and sun, no seeds on a bun. We be up in this drive-through, order for two. I got the craving fun, number 9 like my shoe. And need some chicken up in here. In this hizzle, barizzle my nizzle, extra salt on the frizzle. Dr. Pepper, my brother. Another for your mother, double super size, and don't forget the fries. Hung up. He was giving me a beat too.
So we had, and again, you know, kids. So hey, who isn't, you know, doing the prank calls big? That was that was us prank calling Wendy's, and the drive-through worker being, or the person who answered the phone being surprisingly like playing along with the joke in a very fun way. So, you know, that was the time it worked out for us. There's other times where it didn't work out. Let's just put it that way. But you know, kids being kids, and that was us. We were trying to make a movie, and again, we always shot for the moon. We were always going for some big thing, and so that's what we were going for there. And I think we had fun with it. Fresh. To respond to your comment up there, yes, it is. What's also in here, the next film, it's the first time that Evan played a villain. And I think that it's, again, we were hanging out on Halloween. This was the next year after we'd filmed what you just saw. And we were just like, let's make a movie. We're like Halloween during the day, waiting to go trick-or-treating later. Because, you know, I live in a small neighborhood. They didn't have a problem with teenagers trick-or-treating. Said, all right, we got time to kill. Let's make a movie. It's Halloween. What else are we going to do? Make a little horror movie. It's fun. It's fun. It's silly. And, you know, you get to see Evan kind of play a silly villain. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the next one right now. This one is entitled Unreal. And this is this is a good one. And I think the director of this one understood the assignment with using you know, not really big copyrighted music.
That's what she said. Seriously, let's go. One. That's what she said.
God, still throwing around and that's what she said, man.
Hey, Sonny.
Yeah, Sears, that's a cool story.
I don't know. What should we do?
This is great stuff.
Yeah, man.
Next
Oh, door's locked. Oh.
Yeah, man. I got white.
So the black dog right there is actually the mother of my dog Charlie. So,
dude, where are we gonna go?
fun little Easter egg there. For those of you who have heard Charlie barking during the stream. You know, and this is legitimately how we We just go walk around the woods, you know, go just kind of get into shenanigans. Ding dong ditch.
Damn kids.
There's Evan. Yeah. Again, fresh. The director of this one paid a lot of attention to detail. I did not direct this. I was just the cameraman for this one. But yeah, you know, it's just definitely a step up from what we've seen so far. No, I can't even get Charlie in here right now, Alana. He's been a little temperamental lately.
I wonder. Let's find out.
There's our boy. One thing I'll love about tonight is the zooms that you're gonna see. I have so many zooms that I did that I love. And just with a shitty little camcorder, like zooming with my finger. But you know, it gets some pretty ridiculous zooms, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I do appreciate my camera work in some of these, you know. Yep. Yes, they will, Scott. This is in the Piedmont, more the middle of the state, Thomas.
Damn it.
Holy shit, it's a vampire!
Oh my god.
And I mean, if that doesn't sum it up, right? It's a vampire. Oh my god. So yeah, that's another like enduring quote that we would bring up time and again after that. Holy shit, it's a vampire. Oh my god. But you know, again, it's just our friends having, you know, it's just all of us having fun. And I think, again, we just kind of, I don't know. Obviously, that was filmed on Halloween. So we were like, all right, we're doing something horror. We didn't do too many horror projects. We'll see a few more tonight. The last one that we're going to see before we go to a little break, we're going to see that and then something, a blooper reel that goes with it, actually. But this next project, I think it was filmed the next year, junior year, or right before. And this is a zombie film that follows the survivors of a zombie apocalypse who are patrolling through this wooded area and then posting up waiting for this horde of zombies to attack. And kind of an interesting public domain movie connection in this one. Could have been to better effect, but there was an effort. So I think it's interesting, you know, at least for that. But yes, this is a zombie film entitled The Hunters. Full disclosure, it cuts off before the end. I cannot get a good... I'm trying to rip off of these scratched up DVDs that are the only remnants that I have of some of these films. And this one, I cannot find a complete version. Cuts off like right the last like 30 to 45 seconds. But in the blooper reel, you can kind of see where it was going. So we'll get this and the blooper reel. And Evan's a good guy in this. He kind of takes center stage. Again, he's kind of the hero. Evan's the heart of this film, actually. He gets a nice little monologue. And I get, you know, the way that we would make these movies is kind of by like committee. You know, one or two of us would have the basic idea, but as we went along, you know, everybody kind of contribute ideas or what they thought would work or didn't work. You know, sometimes I'm sure I was very tyrannical and would veto certain ideas, but you know, for the most part, if it seemed like a good idea, we go in that direction. I feel like it was Evan's idea to do like a monologue. I don't think that I would have thought to like, okay, we need to contextualize this and but you know, that was Evan was always kind of, you know, trying to bring a little bit more to the table than, you know, just like showing up and acting. You know, he was contributing to the material. And I mean, again, everybody did, which was just the cool thing about working with this group of people. But again, you know, Evan in the hero role. So we're gonna see this incomplete short and then the blooper reel for it, and then we'll go into a break. So we're gonna get this next short right now. And again, this is entitled "The Hunters." Copyright music is back. I mean, we got lucky with the light here. It's a real lens flare. Not that a lens flare is a good thing, but... So if you hear a scratching sound, that is me turning a monopod that's like stuck into the sand. Of course, we were not ADRing anything. This is like raw in-camera sound. Yeah. You know, Fresh is one of the best interns they have. Walking around with these dang guns. Yes, we're
Charlie. What is your position? Over.
Finally a little bit step up in the quality department.
How many of them are there? Can you get this?
Nothing yet.
You're not gonna be here for a while, so
We just gotta hold out.
getting on some recon.
Okay, be safe.
Roger.
These zombies, huh?
Yeah.
Cutting out the curse word.
Guess it's been about 5 months now.
Has it been that long?
I guess time flies.
Killing zombies.
Yeah, really. It's kind of funny just how fast things fell apart.
Yeah.
One little mutation, just think about it. One little strand of DNA, the entire civilization collapses.
It's crazy how much wrong things impact.
And now it's just the three of us. Yeah, I haven't seen another living person in all these 5 months.
Yeah, they revived.
Oh.
It's been except, of course.
Our little fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Thank God he's around.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think we can do it.
You guys hear that sound?
What's that?
I hear like it's almost like a pounding of feet.
So that was a challenge for Evan to get that whole monologue in one take. Of course, there's me, and you'll see why this is black and white in a second.
Everyone, get ready.
And I couldn't even get it the same resolution, but you have to appreciate that the idea is inspired. You know, like we need zombies in our movies, so I'm just gonna use footage from Night of the Living Dead because it's public domain. But that's where it cuts off. Okay, so now's the blooper reel, and you'll see how hard it was to do Evan's monologue in one take.
And Zach, move. All right, guys. Hey, remember,
What am I?
guys.
That girl.
Guys. Hey. Hey. Robert, Richard, Charlie, what is your position? Over. Cut. Do you really have to go? Can you not just turn the thing on? It was gonna be a good shot. So just do it anyway.
Oh. I guess we can.
Uh-oh.
The zombies.
Bees in the
Years
house.
ago,
Welcome,
I lost
bees.
everything. The entire civilization collapsed. And this leaf is very big. Yeah, seems like everything just came to a stop. Nothing but the living dead around here now. I haven't seen another.
Joe,
Action.
my
Well, I
brother.
guess it was about 5 months ago now. These zombies. nothing but the living dead around here now.
Action. Cut. Don't look at the camera.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Alright, ready? Action.
I'm gonna go on some recon.
Okay. Was it a good?
I'm gonna go on some recon. Y'all stay here.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Always getting the giggles.
I'm saying it!
No.
Always.
You've got a big gun.
Action.
I'm going some recon.
Okay, be safe.
Sears, I think Fresh needs $40.
Zombies, huh?
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
It's been about 5 months now, huh?
Yeah, it seems like it.
I haven't seen another living person around here. It's just been us 3.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess 4 if you count our little snake in the wall.
What the?
No, no,
Yeah.
no! Jump, buddy!
We're gonna start all over again so you can get it right.
Maybe like rat in the wall?
What are you
No, don't even use that
I'm talking
term.
about Garrett, the spy. The...
Just say our spy. You don't have to use a phrase.
No, I do. It would sound.
Action.
It was a big argument.
Okay, be safe.
And then this Joker back here taking a leak.
These zombies. Guess it's been about just 5 months of us just fighting zombies.
I know, it's like...
And action.
Tell me about these zombies.
I love that's our friend Cesny. That's his last name. I loved his reaction there. What are you? Why are you going into the monologue? Why are you trying to start that out of nowhere?
Oh my god.
That's our only zombie. That's what didn't get in it.
Zombie, I'm trying to kill you!
Action.
Oh crap, you know what I realized?
God, Evan, hold
He's out of
on.
ammo.
He is fine.
God, Evan, that was like that was always how those movies ended up. Is we were up against time, usually, in some way, and so we're scrambling to get to a point that we feel like is a good conclusion. And right there, they bring up a continuity thing, like, oh, like he's out of ammo, and I'm like, I'm not over here counting bullets. I don't know how many bullets are in the gun. I don't know. Like, he was out of ammo, but I thought we shot him reloading, but it's like, let's just go. We gotta go. It's so funny, I was definitely I've chilled out so much, but it's so funny to like listen back to how I could be on set. But Kathy, we had a lot of fun. You can tell that we're having fun. And so we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to be in our next, so again, like our normal show, there's like 3 parts. So that was part 1. We're going to have the middle part, and we're going to have the end part. So the middle part is like, we're going to get back to some school projects, and then probably our biggest horror movie that we did, and then kind of a trailer for a film that we didn't do, but it's a really interesting story. So that's all, again, and Evan's at the center of it. We're just celebrating Evan, and we're kind of seeing the evolution of Evan, and we're seeing his range and his creative mind at work. We'll get some shorts written by when I say written, like we were just kind of bouncing ideas. Everybody's just always bouncing ideas out loud. There was really no writing ever going down. It was just, I've got an idea. Oh, what do you think about this? Oh yeah, well, I'll do this. You do that. Okay, you do that. And we'd have something. So but it's been fun so far. I hope that you guys stick around and continue to celebrate Evan and just have fun watching these little short films. So again, these breaks that we've got are made up of the little YouTube shorts from our show. So you'll see different highlights with Evan being silly and just kind of you're seeing where he started and where he's at now. It's good, good comparison. So we're gonna get these shorts from Scream Stream Live, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into the exciting middle of our birthday salute to our very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink. So stick around. We'll be right back. We're just seeing over here in the text station that Evan's face is blue. If anybody knows anything about the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, you know that it's commonly referred to as a cursed film. All that I can surmise is that maybe we've fallen victim to the Caligari curse.
Garrett, where did you get this DVD?
Yes, I did have to go out of my way to find this very pristine print, and I should have known that it would be cursed. She crawled out of that well, and her eyes were black, and I thought, well, she looks trustworthy.
Now there's someone I can make a deal with.
Right. She was really thrilled when I told her I was going to be showing it to more people. She's like, okay, that'll get the curse kind of spread around. So if you guys watch this tonight and something bad happens afterwards, it's not our fault. Caligari curse. That's what it is. Steal your soul. Everything's on the table. Technical bugs, possession, death. The risks are endless. We don't have a waiver for you to sign. I think we're in agreement here that if the conqueror of the universe, who is determined by fashion, Ming wins hands down.
How come these fights of good and evil never just come down to a fashion show?
Flash is constantly changing his outfits, so it's obviously integral to their whole rivalry, their whole protagonist-antagonist dynamic. Look at Ming and the fashion of the people of his merciless kingdom.
If anybody's wearing insect leather, it's Merciless Ming.
You know that he springs the extra penny just to have that sweet, sweet spider silk cape.
He's got the spider silk shirt, he's got the ant leather pants, and maybe a hat made from moth feathers.
Ooh. Manos, The Hands of Fate, considered by some to be one of the worst films of all time. It's a lot of technical stuff, but it's also the acting, and there's just many things.
Do you guys think that this deserves to be called the worst movie of all time?
No.
I think that there's a lot of incompetence. They were theater people. They got their hands on a camera that could shoot for 30 seconds at a time. And they were able to make a whole movie.
It is pretty impressive. We're going to string together like 1,000 TikToks. And
when you think about it like that, the things that are up against a movie like this even being made, I don't think that you can discount that in saying, oh, this is the worst movie ever made. I think saying one of the worst movies ever made is fair because there's just incompetence.
I feel like there is an infinite sea of really bad movies that you just never see, and this is just one that happened to kind of float to the top. You can see this one. Prank of the week.
Prank of the week. Here's Fresh with the prank of the week.
Anytime you're riding passenger in a car with somebody and they ask you if it's clear your way, wait till it's not clear and then tell them that it's clear.
Yeah, that's a great prank. Definitely, I'll do that. You know.
I recall an incident where
you were looking at the parallel with the pavement.
Yes.
Yeah. Was I riding shotgun then? I guess I was. Yeah.
You were. You got asked if it's clear and you said yeah.
Is that really okay? Was I real? What did he really ask me?
I can't remember.
I couldn't remember.
You were in the correct position.
You really got yourself.
I guess I did. I guess that was a prank on me. Yeah.
I pranked myself, and I never even saw it coming.
Prank on me, residual prank on you guys. We all had fun with it. Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn gorilla.
Yeah, I just think, when you've got movies like Bela Lugosi in them, and that's what we're watching.
I like the part where he looks at the camera and it zooms in on his eyes.
Yeah. They say don't look at the camera, but he looks at the camera. He gets away with it.
He really does.
Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? What else is he getting away with?
Well, I can tell you on this set, it was dashing back to his dressing room to shoot up morphine and then come to the set and perform.
Well,
and that's per the associate producer.
Did he at least give a very energetic performance.
Well, we'll see. We'll find out. He usually does. We're just seeing over here in the text state. And we are back. So there was a few of our YouTube shorts from the show with Evan and I cutting up, and Mr. Fresh Rogan also making some appearances in there, cutting up. And yeah, it's funny. We the shirt that y'all are talking about, I actually had worked on a design a while back that kind of, I'll send it to Alana, because maybe she could work off of that, or you kind of, I don't know, play around with something like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's an amazing idea. And yes, we will be having a Will movie soon as well. So Fresh and Alana down for a rematch, I see. Looking forward to that. Yeah, I guess like not mark your calendars, but keep late February in mind for that. That's probably when we will try to do our next Wheel of Movies. So yeah, and Sears, I'm glad that you finally got to hear Keep My Grave Open, and I hope it made it that much weirder for you. If that movie isn't weird enough, you know, without sound, I can't imagine how much weirder it's going to be with sound. So congratulations. I enjoyed that movie. That's kind of it was funny because we'd watched How Awful About Alan the week before, which is like the TV movie version. And not really, but they had a lot of similarities, and except the first thing was a TV movie, and then the other one was like the non-TV movie version, like really, like, you know, incest and all this other, like, is this person real? Are they not real? Like, to a ridiculous degree. That movie is, you know, underrated. I wish there was a better print of it out there. But yeah, and you know, I'm excited. Oh, Fresh. Yeah, I hope not. Hopefully you're free for that. Yeah. So, you know, just need $40. That's all he needs. You know, it's a simple request. But we're back here to celebrate Mr. Evan Sink's birthday, which again is tomorrow. We are celebrating early. And again, we're celebrating Evan. Feel free to, like, if you got a schlock tale that you remember that you loved, or just a moment from the show, something you remember with Evan, you know, pop it in the chat. I mean, we are paying tribute, but we saw plenty of short films. We're gonna get into the next batch right now. So we're starting off with a couple school projects this time. Again, that was the very first thing that I made with Evan, was a school project. And then I think that maybe jumps back a little bit. We might have done this sophomore year. But this is basically it's a video book report, for lack of a better way to put it. But this was for English 2 honors. And we grouped up and we made this. Now, I was not in this group. I had read a different book, a Salman Rushdie book called Haroun in the Sea of Stories, which is a children's book by Salman Rushdie. And it was I read it like so fast, like compared to people like Evan and our other friends in the group who are reading All Quiet on the Western Front. So I just, it was so crazy to me that because you got to pick what you wanted to read. So I saw the description for Haroun in the Sea of Stories. I was like, yeah, sign me up. And of course, Evan and my brother Job and our other friend Cesney, drifted more towards the historical front. So it's this is not even an adaptation of the story. That's why I say it's a book report, because it's essentially it's a play on just the ideas of the story, and you can see that we just scrounged together whatever we had in terms of costumes, but try to make it exciting. So I think you guys will have fun with this. This is called All Quiet 2, or All Quiet in Garrett's Woods. And I believe our friend Adam was maybe involved in the editing on it. He did something on this. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe he made the credits, which you'll see are very ridiculous. So he did something with this game. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into our next short film as we celebrate Evan right now.
Fire! Get him! I'm fine, go! Fire!
Pretty sure that was just me kicking sand at them. I don't know, Fresh. I don't think I did the credits. No, he's not in this.
Retreat, back up.
I know that's our other friend Zach off screen throwing firecrackers at them.
What are we supposed to do now? Wait, you guys, wait. But I mean, guys, this really reminds me of like chapter 4, where the main character Paul, he's talking about how.
Yes, Scott. Same creek, different part.
They know when to duck. It's like instinct. I mean, so what should we do? We're just gonna have to instinct this out, you guys.
What do you mean?
Instinct it out. Let's do it. Okay, don't run, guys. We gotta charge. Okay,
go! Holy crap!
Oh my gosh, they have flamethrowers.
Hey, you want to see something funny?
Yeah.
They were like trying to time up him throwing a firecracker and him doing the shot, and I just
the French have arrived.
spending too much time on this. Evan here.
Oh my god. Hey, how we getting out of here?
Evan hated how that slow motion made his voice sound, because we started doing that. Hey, I'm gonna get him out of here. Evan did not like that. But again, one of my fondest memories of Evan. Because it was just, I thought the slow-mo effect added a lot to it, And then this effect coming up here. I'm sure I suggested this. Wait for it. Oh gosh. And if you're from North Carolina, you know the regional cherry soda cheer wine.
That's not important right now. You're okay.
That's what that was.
How does it end, by the way?
Like that.
I see what you mean.
I think Evan was the one that came up with the story here. I mean, it was his like group project. I was filming it. And yeah, I mean, yeah, anytime there's a lot of blood, that's my idea. What was it? Yeah, like, see, look, Adam Lester and Wesley Kufeld. I knew Adam was involved. He just wasn't in it. I thought so. Told you, Fresh. Yes, so that was Cheerwine, and he was it was my suggestion that he spit it out like that. And yeah, it was a pretty good effect. It was a lot of Cheerwine. I didn't realize how much Cheerwine it was, but every time I see him do that, it's like cracks me up. But then in the next shot, you can see, like, because it comes out and it looks like really red, it looks good, and then the next shot you can see that it's dried, so it's like just this like lightly red spot around orange, like pretty sure like tomato soup or juice, or that was my other, like, my ingredients for fake blood usually involved like tomato juice or tomato soup, a red food coloring, a couple other. I didn't go with the sticky corn syrup. I liked like bright red, kind of like viscous looking blood. One of the sketches that we did for the Really Big Skit movie ends with the character getting shot, and it's just blood spurting out of his torso. And, you know, of course, that was a me idea. And it was just, we had tubes rigged up with that concoction of blood. And you can see the way it just kind of like out of the tube. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so that was a school project, and I got an A. And well, you're gonna see a few more serious school projects that I think, in all seriousness, could have been better. But we just kind of were prioritizing fun, and then but we also got to do this project. But they usually got A's. So, the next thing we're gonna see is a project that is another Evan project. This was 11th grade English, and we were tasked with researching. I mean, we were getting into research papers and research topics. And so Evan was doing his about Beethoven. And so Evan decided that he wanted to film something. And this was a time where we were like really getting into Monty Python. And I had bought like the Monty Python's Flying Circus like disc set. So we had seen like the deep cuts of Monty Python at this point. Well, this may even be an earlier sketch, but there's a Monty Python sketch that basically inspired what we're about to see, where it's Beethoven as he's going deaf and he can't get the dun 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 dun. He can't get it. We kind of used that storyline and a couple of jokes from that, but you know, again, there's kind of our own flavor to it. It's silly. And again, you'll notice a kind of a Python-esque, absurd kind of humor to it. You know, so I think we're gonna have fun with this. So this is, I think it's Behind the Classical Music is what we called it, and it's about Beethoven. So without further ado, here we go.
Hello and good evening.
Evan
Welcome
with a
back
pipe.
to Behind the Classical Music, where today we'll be taking a look at Beethoven. Ludwig van Beethoven was born on December 16th, 1770 in Bonn, Germany to his mother Maria and his father Johann. He was extremely gifted in music, and by the time he was 11 years old had already composed his first pieces. Eventually he moved to Vienna, where he settled and made his career.
Movie maker transitions.
In the late 1790s, as his career was reaching new heights, his stressful life began to take its toll, eventually resulting in his deafness.
Shut up! Shut up!
I mean, so much of this is from the Python sketch now that I think about it. You can hear me snickering behind the camera.
No! Go away! Oh, how rude!
That was Job. Lou! Yeah, I lost my mind when you did that. That was so ridiculous.
Where is that ringing coming from?
Hey, keep it down, I'm busy!
Go away! Sorry, Master.
See, the vacuum is funny, but that is from the Python sketch.
May have been like. Sometimes I just wish I was deaf.
Oh, that's amazing, Alana. See, look, a lot of blood. Again, that was definitely me. Because I'm being an old-timey doctor. Yeah, Alana, that's the best thing about, like, the way school projects could push you to do something really, like, big and creative. Sucks when you don't, like, have a copy.
However, this did not stop him, and he went on to become one of the greatest composers of our time. Well, that's how it may have happened. You never know. I mean, we're not really sure ourselves. I mean, so yes, it could have happened like that. Roll the credits.
Yeah, so again, I think that got an A. Like, that's the thing. You could do stuff that was really comedic and ridiculous, and I mean, that was just how we did it, and the teachers just accepted that was how we did things. And there were some real facts in there, but then, yeah, at the end, Evan's just holding a kitten because I had a kitten around, and we were filming that bit, and I said, Evan, hold on to this kitten. Like, in the beginning, he has a pipe. Why? I don't know, because there was a pipe nearby. I said, Evan, take this pipe. Or maybe he said, I'm going to use this pipe. Or the kitten walked in, and he was like, all right, give me the kitten. I don't know. It's just like, that was how those things worked. It was so funny. Yeah, that had to be 3 minutes. That was why the credits were so fast. But it adds to the ridiculous humor of it. I mean, again, very Python-esque, but unfortunately, because like 60 to 70% of it definitely rips off that sketch. Obviously, they go in some different directions, but yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun with that. That was that was a good one. And I need to rewatch that sketch. It's been a long time since I've seen it. But yeah, so we had fun with our school projects, but at the same time, we'd get back together and like, okay, let's, if we were just hanging out, we usually ended up making a movie. Every once in a while, we got together knowing we were going to make something. Well, I'd say maybe over half the time it was, we didn't know until after hanging out for a little bit. Like, someone would come up with the idea and then we'd just get the ball rolling. I think this is one of those. This next one's entitled The Chase. I believe Evan was kind of a big, it was him and our other friend. He'll see he's credited as Taylor Cesney. We called him Cesney. We all called him by his last name, even around his parents, which is always we were like, is that weird that we just call him Cesney? But that we knew a lot of Taylors. Like, how you're always around, you're in school with a lot of people with one name. I'm sure a lot of y'all have that. Taylor was one of those common names for boys and for girls. So for our friend Taylor, even just me calling him Taylor feels weird because he's just always Cesney. Because there's no other Cesney out there. Cesney and Evan came up with the story, and we'll see in the credits. I can't remember if they directed this too, but I think my best zoom is in this one, and I think you'll be able to spot it. But the zoom I'm most proud of, because the thing about those old zooms, even though a lot of people want to it's a camcorder, so it's just you're just pulling a button, and it's kind of, but to be able to zoom in while you're kind of manipulating the tripod and then keep your focus, which again, it was automatic focus. It wasn't like I was pulling focus, but that it could do all that and it held focus. It was a pretty decent camera. I have to give props to you'll see it in this short. And this is another one where it's kind of all over the place. I do a terrible, Alana, you were talking about the Russian sketch. I do a terrible Russian accent in this. One of the few times that I do my acting. This is one of the few times you'll see me in what we're watching tonight. So, it's ridiculous. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into The Chase right now. like video game inspired, I guess. Yeah, so this is really all Evan and Cesny taking the lead here. And you see I'm Russian with my Communist Manifesto, my sickle and hammer. That's how you know, before I even do the accent.
Hello, come in.
But you know, this is the thing. I'm wearing a Pac-Man shirt. Why? Because it was what I had on that day. Could have changed. Didn't. We were just kind of going with the flow. Everybody's just wearing what they had on.
Gentlemen, I have trouble. An assassin is killing some of my ancestors. I need you to kill him.
What are his coordinates?
This assassin, he's a bit eccentric. He lives in woods. I need you to locate him.
Cat incoming.
And eliminate him.
We're on the job. Let's roll.
Just they were going for like as cheesy as they could go, and they nailed it. All right, the zoom here. I'll go and tell you the zoom's coming up.
He's getting away.
Like I was following Job with the tripod up to them, and then zoom into them like that. Like, you know, that's what I loved about working the camera. You know, again, Evan and Cesny were doing the hard work here and coming up with the story. I'm sure this was probably my idea to put yakety sax in here. That's right, Scott. That's where the vampire lives. I'm glad you're keeping track. Just doing the ridiculous, like, this bit.
It's just been revoked.
Why? We literally, yes, that line is from, what is it, Lethal Weapon 2? But we're ripping it off from Family Guy, which used it in, I think Peter used it at some point. And so that was our, you know, our way to get at it, our way to end it. Because, you know, that was the thing. Sometimes you get into a project, and especially if it was just us versus a school project, you get into it and you'd be like, okay, well, like, okay, we've gotten like to the middle, but how do we end this? Where does this go? I have no clue. That was one where it wasn't really cut and dry. And so it's like, oh, okay, they all shoot each other, and then I come in and I kill the main guy or the guy that they're trying to get, and it ends, you know. But again, it was a fun one. So then we are so that's an example where the story was a little hard to figure out. This next one, I feel like it was relatively easy because this is a horror movie. This is the longest horror movie we did, although I'll go ahead and tell you the total running time is padded because of the credits. And why did I choose this particular project to do a minute long, like, just flat, like, words against black screen credits, and then like a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes of scrolling credits at the end? So it's like 2.5 to 3 minutes of this 9-minute thing is just credits. I don't know why I decided with this particular one. All right, I'm gonna like go to the max on the credits, but so I'm not even gonna waste time. We're gonna go ahead and get into it because the credits are just. I can talk over the credits because it's just. I guess my thought was it's a horror movie, so like, let me build tension early, just from going slow with the credits, and putting in this fake blood spatter. So I think most of the gang was involved in this one. I don't think Job really did anything with this one. Job wasn't about the scary stuff. Oh wait, no, I lied. That's right. How could I forget? God, I guess it's been a while since I've seen this one. This is me and Cesny. I remember us going and picking up Adam when we'd had the idea like, oh, we need somebody else to play the main character, so we just went and got Adam. He wasn't doing anything. So Ev is the villain here.
Great party, man. Thanks for coming to the party. No problem, man. See ya.
Yes, those are Rice Krispie treats on the floor. Kind of an in-joke. We ate a lot of Rice Krispie treats at the time. When they were all hanging out, we would literally throw Rice Krispie treats at each other and have Rice Krispie treat fights. So we needed trash on the floor, so we just took Rice Krispie treats and threw them everywhere. And red Solo cups. Yeah, probably a lot fresh. Probably a lot. Yeah, this is, again, you know, like, taking our time, building the tension. Like, it was funny, because, you know, you all know, I have liked the kind of horror movies that we've seen on the show that I like, the older ones forever. So, like, I don't really know what my frame of reference was here when we did this, you know. I love that shot, by the way. So that was actually Evan driving that car, and he was having to turn off the lights, and he was like low-key freaked out. That cat actually did that to me a couple times. So, I'll remind you, this movie's called Darkness. It's pretty dark from here on out. I'm gonna tell you, not the brightest movie. The title is accurate. Yeah, just an open window, old radios, that's right. Like, creepy. And then that was a thing that we were like hoping people could see, but I don't even think you could see it there, that the power thing was already open. So that the person had like cut his power. The door's open. And you can see he's got a flashlight.
Whoa, dude! Oh my gosh! What are you guys doing here?
Look from afar, that's it.
Oh, well, you guys find and get out. I'm just gonna be here soon.
Okay. Okay, we'll find it.
All right, thanks, guys. Alright, I'm gonna try to figure out what the power's out. The power's out.
Okay, yeah.
Why didn't you guys ring the doorbell?
Well, power's out.
Alright, sorry.
Alright.
Alright, you guys look for the phone. I'll try to figure
Power's out. That's another, like, we still to this day.
My phone. I think I was upstairs, but it's so dark.
Why don't we split up and we can find it quicker that way?
Okay, yeah, we gotta get out of here, man. I'm scared.
So there's a flashlight, but is it the same flashlight? Is it the same person behind the flashlight?
Jesus, Adam, what are you doing here?
Christ!
And of course, he had a towel behind his head because we put fake blood all over his mouth. It's our buddy Zach.
Adam, what are you doing?
There's... You just barely see Evan there. Just barely see anything, really. But that was the whole idea, that the flashlight, you know. There he is. Our killer Evan.
Damn cat. Wait a minute.
Power's out.
Sorry.
Should have had the killer reference that right before this. That cat's improved. That's right, Scott. If there were any gremlins at this time, it was in the editing, for sure. That was always where I ran into problems. Trying to get things to be smooth, and I'd have some, like, thank God the technology is where it is now, because then I just struggled so hard with all these terrible editing softwares. And now, you know, of course, we have Adobe is kind of the standard, and even DaVinci Resolve is good. And so the friends that were looking for their phone, the phone was in the car the whole time. That's darkness. I mean, that, you know, very silly kind of simple horror premise. Killer breaks into a house, kills the people there, leaves, and jokes on the two of the guys that were in the house because what they came to look for was, of course, the fact that it was just on the seat. I think we even debated about that being ridiculous. I'm sure I made some kind of argument of, we have to be able to see it. It definitely would have made more sense to, if you, the thing is, we needed to see who was calling, but if it could have like fallen between the seats, that maybe would have been a little more believable. But what am I debating here, you know? I mean, at this point. Yes, Kevin McLeod. Good old Kevin McLeod. Good old Incompetech.com. Gotta love him. Yeah, God. 16 years ago. This film is fictional. Great. Okay, yeah, this is me extending the credits as long as I can. My goodness gracious, that is ridiculous. All right. Well, that was Darkness. So that was the one of the few horror movies that we did. And you know, again, I think it's crazy because I wasn't into slashers. I really hadn't branched out very much at this time outside of just kind of the universal horror, the public domain horror, because it was what I had on VHS and DVD. And streaming was just starting to take hold. And then I kind of like finally got to see some other things. And yeah, I don't even think I'd seen Texas Chainsaw at that point. I think I saw it probably shortly after. I really hadn't seen like real slashers. I hadn't even seen a Friday the 13th, like really sat down and watched and, you know, studied them to the degree that I have now. So it's interesting to go back and watch something like that. But there's cool shots, right? Like the car lights through the window, and where we've got the character in the foreground, and then in you know the middle middle ground's the reflection, and then the lights are through the window in the back. I love the dimension that we were able to get from time to time. So that was just like for fun, you know. That was just us on our own time. But then, I guess this was after that. But this was our junior year. We actually started because you as you guys have seen, we were making a lot of films, short films, and having a lot of fun doing it. So we want to kind of like open that up to other people at our school. So we created a film and video club. All the people that you have seen tonight in these films, and Evan, of course, we created this club, the Film and Video Club at West Davidson. And the goal was to each month kind of highlight a different genre of film, give people a list of like recommendations that they could go watch, and then we got together for like our club meetings, talk about whatever you watch, but also challenge yourself to shoot something based in that genre. And so we were the ones hoping to set the tones with what we filmed, and then everybody would come in hopefully with things they had done. And it didn't really quite pan out that way. But through that, there was a month where we were focused on Westerns. And we'd been doing short films for these things. And the Western, we decided to just shoot a trailer for a fictional Western. Nothing that we had come up with. We just put on some Western clothes and went out into a field and shot some stuff. And we got a good little trailer out of it. And everybody in the club liked it. And we were like, you know what? We could make because let me remind you guys where we started tonight. That shortly after the first time I worked with Evan, I said, all right, we're going to make a movie, and it's going to be a comedy sketch movie, and it's going to be a full-length movie. And it didn't pan out that way. But we were going to do it. So now, fast forward 2-ish years later, and we have this, okay, we're going to make a feature-length Western. We're going to do it. It's happening. We're making this happen. So I wrote a script, a feature, like a 100-page script. And this was 11th grade, and we got the club involved. We were like, we're going to get everybody in the club to serve roles on the production, and we're going to like scout locations, and we're going to do this Western like legit. And we're going to make a feature-length Western. This is 2011, 10, something like that. It was kind of again, we were always going for like a big, ambitious thing. And so we actually contacted the owner of a Wild West town, attraction that was, a few hours away from us, but in our state. And we met with him, and he was a nice guy. And, you know, it was basically like, all right, if you write me a part, then I'll, you know, of course, like, you guys can film here. And so I already kind of had like a part in the script that would go for someone like that. So it worked out perfect. It's funny, we've shown it on the stream before, but we had this card that we got from him. It was Wild Bill was what he called himself. And the card has his picture on it, and it's for the attraction. And we keep it here in the studio, and it's just out of reach right now. You know, we got the green light, and so I wrote him a part, and it was a good part. And Evan was going to play the main character, this kind of innocent guy who immediately, as soon as he's out west, he ends up kind of accidentally robbing a place and gets away with the money. So he just decides to become a robber, but doesn't really think like it's a big deal. But then he gets like attacked by other criminals, and then he's wanted because he has committed crimes. And so he is mentored by this older outlaw who was going to be played by the owner of the Wild West town. And eventually just all this horrible stuff happens, and he dies at the end. So it was, you know, very by the numbers. There was nothing really like super special about it. It was just going to be, we were making a Western. And needless to say, it didn't get very far. We shot a couple scenes, but again, we just didn't have the organization or really this was something that we did for fun. So when it came really time to buckle down and try to do something bigger, it just never could quite get there. Because, you know, I mean, again, you've seen how bossy I can be in these videos tonight. Certainly with a bigger group of people, I wasn't trying to be like, okay, you're doing this, and you're doing that. But that's really kind of, if we wanted something like that to work out, we kind of really needed everybody to lock in. And it was a lot to ask of people to do for free of their own time. But later on, you know, we didn't get the movie done, but after the fact, I decided to take some of the footage that we shot later, combine it with the footage we shot with that initial trailer, and just make a kind of a bigger trailer. So that's what we're going to see now, is the trailer for this film. And, you know, some good shots. And again, you'll get to see some hero shots of Evan. And this was, again, Evan was going to be the hero. A lot of times Evan, you know, he could take the lead, and he would be a really good lead. But again, like we just saw, he could also play the villain. And so the range of Evan. But we're going to get this trailer, and then we'll go to our break. So the film is called The Last Outlaw, and I'm aware there's another film of the same title, totally unrelated. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get the trailer for The Last Outlaw right now. And more copyrighted music, of course. Yeah, I love that you guys all have the summoning power. It's amazing. I do like we got amazing light there. Look at that. Look at Evan right there. That's a hero shot. Oh man. You know, and I think what I found more than anything when I would edit these projects together is that the right musical track just really always tied things together. You know, you could have just kind of the clips would just kind of be disparate, and you're just kind of trying to figure out what would work. And then you put the right musical track on there, you kind of sync some things up, and suddenly you're like, oh, okay, yeah, like this is good. Corpse in the house, welcome, Corpse. Glad you could join us tonight for our salute to Evan on his birthday, which is actually tomorrow. We're celebrating it tonight with some short films featuring Evan. And yeah, Sears, I hope that Autumn has been recovering okay. I hope that that's been all good, because, you know, again, that was the night Sears wasn't here. Like, where's Sears? What happened? When the next night we were streaming, and he said that, you know, she'd slipped. So hopefully, you know, I believe he said she's doing all right, but I hope the recovery's been okay, because again, we're getting the ice threat in my neck of the woods, so it's something I hope to avoid. I got my dog snowshoes, just, you know, or, you know, grip shoes, so he doesn't slip. It's the last thing I need. I even got him a jacket too. He's gonna be doing better than I am. But you know, I hope so. He's got to take care of that boy. But yeah, so that trailer is, you know, again, a kind of a view of what, you know, what could have been. It was just a fun project. It was a fun thing to even attempt, you know, to be in 11th grade and to write a 90-something page script. Like, it was not something I really gave myself credit for, especially later on as I was like going through film school. Because the project didn't work out, I didn't think much of it at the time and like afterwards. But I have to appreciate that, you know, there was an effort made by many people, not just me. I mean, Evan was locked in. A lot of people were locked in. It just, again, you're just teenagers, just having a good time. So that's what we're going to see more of as we get into our final part of this. And the first film that we have coming back is, it's from the brainchild of Evan, but it is wacky and wild. And Adam Lester will be back as the main character in that one. And again, this is the reverse of, or this is the same thing we saw with Darkness, where Adam Lester is our protagonist, main character, and then Evan's not a villain here, but you could maybe say that he's the slasher killer from Darkness if he was contained by those same people or similar people. The Quest, and it is wild. I love The Quest. And then we got some more school projects, and a couple other short things, and we'll wrap up our salute to Evan. So again, as we get towards the end of this, feel free to, you know, shout out your favorite schlock tale, or if there's a favorite Evan moment that you have that you remember, you know, please share it in the chat. And during this break, we're going to get more of the shorts, and we're also going to get the rap that Evan wrote and performed as Hetty the Rapping Skull. I believe it was a year and a half ago, a little while ago, entitled Bonehead. And of course, we cut together a music video for that. So that'll be in here as well. And it's, you know, again, Evan, the nice thing about showing bits from the show is also seeing how much he's contributed over the 4 years that we've been doing this. And it's not just being a co-host, and it's not just making schlock tales, and it's, you know, it's other creative things like rapping. He's done the spine-tingling tales. You know, again, we're taking public domain horror short stories and doing readings of them. And so if you're a Lovecraft fan and you haven't checked those out, like, you should go check those out. You know, Evan's done a lot of good work on this show, but again, I'm kind of showing you the evolution, how Evan's always been doing good work, you know. That's what we're celebrating tonight. It's just the fact that as long as I've been working with Evan, I mean, you know, you see how hard he works and all the, you know, just good stuff that he brings to the table. So we're gonna see that with the stuff in this break, and then when we come back, we'll get some final short films, and then that'll do it. So enjoy these Scream Stream shorts and the Bonehead rap, and then when we get back, we'll get into the exciting conclusion of our birthday salute to Evan. So stick around. We'll be right back.
What time is it? It's Schlocktail hour. This is the Deep Blue. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
You know what it tastes like?
What?
It tastes like seawater. It tastes like when you're swimming and you accidentally get some ocean in your mouth.
Unfortunately, he is right.
That feeling, you know, I'm tasting ocean, it does make me feel like I'm on vacation.
That's the thing. Sometimes a cocktail isn't really about, much like these movies, it's not about how good or bad it actually is. It's about the experience and the feeling
It's
that
about
you
what
get.
it makes you feel.
For an ocean movie, this ocean drink is
Got a glass
perfect.
of ocean right here.
I think it's great. We are watching Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Not to derail too much, but what the hell is a meat pie?
It's like a British thing.
Is it just meat and pastry?
I think so. I imagine it like how, you know, if you get like a single serve chicken pot pie.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, maybe.
But kind of like a Hot Pocket, right? Like
Yeah,
you hold,
sure.
like maybe
like a Victorian hot
a
pot.
Victorian Hot Pocket. So like bigger, obviously, more like a round instead of the. Why don't they make them like round Hot Pockets? Make them like Uncrustables, you know?
Yeah, that's our takeaway from this episode.
That's what I've learned.
Hot Pockets should be round.
That's
Hot Pockets should just be a pie.
big takeaway. Hot Pocket pies.
All right, somebody
But
get at
Scream
Hot
Stream. That's gonna be a part of the merch line. We're gonna be getting into the frozen food game because that's where the real money's at. We all
Yeah.
know. Don't
We're gonna
worry.
crack this Hot Pocket thing wide open.
Here we go. This is it. Last take. Hey yo, this is Hetty. Coming to a tomb near you. Hey yo, live from the red blue Cinecolor graveyard. So far ahead, here's a monochrome postcard. On guard, boo. Now tell me what the dead do and how it feels when the foot's on the other shoe. Is it getting hot in here or is it just me? No guarantee that my rhymes are cruelty free. And I'll take on any creature. None can take the heat from the Carolina Reaper. What does that make me? The world's eighth wonder. Acoustics sound better when you're 6 feet under. For that price, he can keep his hounds of hell. Who cares what Sally sells? It's nothing to cast a spell. And I'm slick like Stedman with the sickest free beats, courtesy of horseless headmen. So how's that for an experiment? I don't need a spectroscope to know I'm in my element. Radium girls and atomic absconders. Pick up the pieces for my Frankenrhyme monster. Ghouls, don't even tell me it's overkill. Step wrong, you'll end up in that vat under Haunted Hill. T-minus, it's countdown to Halloween. Spakenstein Scream Stream, Friday the 13th. Yo, and prepare to pass the bone. The phone call was already coming from inside the home. Have a head start, just so fair's fair. Only fools think they'll catch the skeleton unaware. So tell your guy nice try. Just another victim of the brain that wouldn't die. That's it. That's it. Put me back in. Close the lid. But don't call me Bonehead.
And we are back. So that was a couple of the Scream Stream shorts. And of course, Evan as Hetty the Rapping Skull with Bonehead, which, again, he just knocked it out of the park on that whole. And he's done a few other raps and rhymes and things, and he does a great job with those. And you know, some very clever, witty references. But that's definitely Evan. Clever and witty. So, yeah, I had fun cutting that music video together too. But yeah, I think so far tonight we've seen the range that just Evan has, you know, even back in the day was able to put out. And this next one, you know, this is kind of like I think a favorite Evan performance for a lot of like us who were involved in this, in making this one, because Evan's character is just so weird. All the characters are weird, honestly. That was the whole goal with this film, was to just be as weird as possible. This was like, we had the day off from school. It was like shortly after Christmas. I don't think it was Martin Luther King Day, but it was something. We had the day off school, and both my parents were working. So it was like, all right, well, let's make a movie. And, you know, of course, I had to finish it before I had to go to swim practice. It was the whole thing. So we were under a time crunch, but it was definitely an epic thing. And it was all kind of seen as well, and it's okay. So Evan was the brainchild here. And what we found out later, Evan had come up with the whole story and the kind of basic plot. What we found out later, it was that Evan had actually taken the basic plot, which again, we had already done that with a Monty Python sketch, but he took the basic plot from this sketch comedy show, and I'm blanking on what it was, but it was something that he had told us all about, and he really liked it. And we had this way of like recommending things like weird movies or TV shows to each other, and then either going and watching them on our own, or when we were hanging out, we'd watch this movie or this TV show. But this was just one that Evan had kind of like told us about, but we just didn't really, none of us kind of took the initiative to really check it out. So I think Evan was kind of testing us with this plot, because we found out later that it came from one of these sketches, but it's definitely its own thing, because again, it's that film by committee process where we're all like contributing. And but Evan gave us the structure here, and it became this epic thing. And I love it. I love this one. So I think without further ado, we go ahead and get the quest right now. And of course, Python fans will recognize this music. But it's library music, actually. Can't say that I paid a library, as we've learned so far tonight. For all the NanCat fans out there, this library music right here. Yep, old radios, it is. Hello? The wolf.
No! Yeah, I'm working on that paper for English. No, I'm not yanning. Why would I? No. Okay, well, I gotta get this thesis right. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. I'm at 1,000, I'm at the fourth page. Okay.
Just a cacophony of nyans. God, thank God that's over. Take it easy, James. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Appreciate you being here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Chugs! 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 Yes? Do you have any change? You mean like as in change from $1 bill or like from just I mean like what are you talking about? Like nickels
change.
like
Or you don't throw at the strip club like that stuff.
like pennies or
That's fine. I don't
Like,
no
I got-
quarters.
I don't
I want a 50-cent piece.
I don't think I have any quarters. Let's see here.
And your what? Why do you?
I keep change.
He just wants to get to that ice cream truck.
Well, excuse me for not being gay. Alright. Well, I
Sign of the
only
times,
have
not proud
a
of it.
nickel. But I think
I'll buy a sprinkle.
Yeah, so this is it. This is all I
Thanks.
yeah, well,
Thanks, Josh.
you know what? I think
Hey, you're a good friend.
yeah, I think Wadsworth and Puck over there, they're in the dining room. They might have some change for you.
Yeah, that was a yikes. I missed it fresh. Should have known. God, I had such a hard time editing the sound of this. The editor was being such a pain in the ass.
What's up? Hello.
Wadsworth.
Morning.
Hey, Puck, you got any change?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that a hand joke? I'm gonna hand you some change.
That's not what I meant. I just need some change for ice cream.
How's about this? We make a deal.
Okay.
See this here candle?
Yes.
Give me the quarter. If they ate it.
What?
Eat the candle.
No, not me, the candle.
I'll give you a quarter if you play Mozart's Third Symphony without missing.
Yeah, Alana, that's definitely like the level of absurdity that we were going for. Although, you know, only much later when I understand what that would be like. See, this is what I'm saying. The music, like whatever editing software I was using at the time, was like pulling things over a second from where I needed them, and was like hard cutting. Oh, makes me so mad. Because I don't have any. If I had the original elements still, I remastered it out of this stuff.
Good kid.
I'm just gonna go. The fire door.
It's a great improv by Adam there. I love that shot from like the steps down and then like coming up.
Hey. So, what do you want? Do you have any change I could borrow for the ice cream truck? I'll give you some change if you eat this candle. Damn it. Whoa, wait. Just give me another beer, I'll give you a quarter. A beer? Okay.
It's so random, and I guess I had seen the third band not too long before this, so I don't know why I felt like that was the perfect music here. Couldn't really explain the logic.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, Kathy, that's the other absurd part about the whole thing.
Did he eat the candle?
No, I didn't take mine either.
The candle bit was, again, one of those random things that we, like, as we went along, we're like, oh, okay, it could be a bit. But the first time was just, oh, what do we have in the room? Oh, a candle. Oh, make him eat the candle. Now here, we're getting Evan. It's Hereford. This may be one of Evan's greatest performances. Not really, but I do love it. He has he has that many great performances.
Hey, what are you doing up here?
I just need some change for the ice cream truck.
Ice cream truck.
Yeah, it's a truck of ice cream. It sells all kinds of delicious.
I hear you've been running around all over the house, getting money and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to scrape up enough for a delicious fudge bar.
You know, it's been like 5 minutes, right? What's your favorite baseball team, Adam?
I don't have one, and the longer I stay up here, the more holes people notice in the plot. Just give me a quarter.
How about I'll give you a quarter if...
I'm not eating the damn candle.
It's so cold up here. See that white insulation stuff over there?
Yeah,
Knit me a sweater out of it.
but I don't have anything to knit with.
Well, it's a good thing I have my extra knitting needles then.
How convenient.
Again, just grabbing whatever we had. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Scott, you know, it's so funny.
Here,
like,
I acquired this last night.
Thank you.
I feel like we were shooting to the cut, you know? Like, I didn't have to
Alright, I'm just gonna
do too much running around. I love Evan right here. This bit is great.
Oh. Forgot to give you needles back here. I guess we'll take care of those for now.
Evan, the chains and the mask, and he's not even wearing the sweater. He's just got it draped over his shoulder. Like, perfect serial killer performance, honestly. Oh, Lauren's in the house. Welcome, Lauren. You want to talk about like an absolute fever dream. Created from just the stuff we could find around my house. Which at that time included a Santa costume.
What the fuck? Hey?
Oh man. It's just so
that's
wild.
right.
It's so
Hands up.
unhinged.
I'm gonna hand you some change.
Yeah, that idea of it at the end, it's just a person playing it on the sound on a boombox.
Baseball team, Adam.
This is a real quote. What's your favorite baseball team, Adam?
I only have a nickel.
Gotta love that. Yeah, so that was the quest. And yeah, I'm proud of that one just because of how ridiculous it is. Like, we were really just trying to... I mean, again, we had a kind of we didn't have our buddy Cesny, but we had a good group. And again, Evan had an idea that we could like keep trying to escalate it because we were going from room to room. So each room presented an opportunity and we filmed it chronologically. So each room presented an opportunity to one up the next room and always try to do something a little crazier up to the point that we get Evan, and then trying to end it in a way where it just totally pulls the rug out. And again, you can tell that we were aware of how ridiculous it was in the plot that, okay, this is going to go on 8 minutes and you're going to hear the ice cream music, and there's no way an ice cream truck would stay that long. But, you know, again, how absurd could we take it? Oh, it's someone in a Santa costume exercising with a boombox playing the ice cream music. There's a logic there, I guess, you know? So it makes for an interesting, just ridiculous short. So I now see, Sears, I wish we had a basement because we would have used the crap out of it. Unfortunately, no basement. And that's like the only time that we used the attic. And it looked really good. And yeah, I mean, again, Evan's whole performance there as the psycho in the attic, the psycho roommate in the attic, who mysteriously has change on him that he acquired the night before, even though he's chained up. Kevin. Yeah, that was a real fun shoot. Again, we had the day off from school and we were doing that. So it's funny because, we're playing, but we were working. And it's the perfect segue into what we've got next, because that's kind of like where we were going toward our senior year. Because, your senior year, when we were at school at this time, they were bigging up this whole thing of a senior project. You had a project that you had to do, and it was really serious, and it was the thing that would determine whether you graduated or failed, and you better take it seriously or else. Like, they were kind of dicks about the senior project, because really, at the end of the day, it was like Evan's Beethoven project. Like, it was your choice, and you had a choice of what you wanted to do. And it could literally be anything. You just have to show what you learned in a research paper. You have to have a product, and you have to be able to present that product to a group of judges who are just people from the community. And that's like a requirement to graduate, or it was. So obviously me at this time, I knew I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to be in film. So I'll be honest, my project idea, it just doesn't make sense. It's just not good. It's just a fundamental not misunderstanding. It's just what I was trying to accomplish with my project was not really what I did. Because the whole idea of my project was I was trying to show how different types of film lighting could determine like the genre. Which, not exclusively in and of itself film lighting. And that's what happened with the shorts that we got, is I wrote one script and I filmed it two different ways. Again, I was trying to just say that just with the lighting, I could make two different films with one script, the same actors, the same everything. But there's differences in the performance. I use different music. So there's other factors that are influencing the genre, not just the lighting. But those judges didn't know any better, like they're not grading it that hard. That's what you found out in the process of doing your senior project, is that it was not a joke, but these people don't know any more than you do, and they probably know less. So you show them something that's polished enough, they're gonna be like, all right, sounds great, looks good, 100. Again, we had learned this already with the other film video projects that we did for school assignments. Like, have fun with it and you'll make an A. It was no different here. The standards were not so strict. So we've got two different senior projects. One's mine, one is our buddy Cesney's. So this first one is it's my two different versions of a film entitled The Birthday. So we use the same script, same actors, but again, I'd say in lighting and performance and in music, there are key differences. And honestly, I'm not happy with the lighting. The lighting's not good. It's, but look at how much I've learned since then. So we're going to enjoy both versions of The Birthday right now. And Evan, of course, you'll see.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Lori. What's going on? Well, it was supposed to be a surprise, but someone decided to come home late today. Okay. What's the surprise for? It's your birthday! What do you mean? My birthday's in December. You're way off. You're telling me I bought this clown for nothing? You know I don't like clowns!
I better get paid for this, or somebody's gonna get stabbed!
So that's version A. It's a minute long. And now we're going to get version B. And it is the comedy version.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Lori. What's going on? Well, it was supposed to be a surprise, but someone decided to come home late today. Okay, so what's the surprise for? It's your birthday! My birthday's in December. You're way off. You're telling me that I bought this clown for nothing? You know I don't like clowns!
I better get paid for this, or somebody's gonna get stabbed!
I love the camera pan. It's very that 70s show. So that is the birthday. That was my senior project. And I mean, I'd written a paper about film lighting, and there were other things I had to do. But that was what I showed to the judges. And it got, an A. It was, again, kudos to Evan going, full on with the wig, which I guess we haven't seen a lot tonight. But there's a few projects where Evan didn't mind donning a wig and, ladies' clothing. And there's a political sketch that we did that I didn't include here that was for a school project. It was like, imagine a 9-minute SNL political skit topical to 2010. And that's what we did. And I was very proud of how cutting I felt it was, but it got a terrible reception in the class. Nobody laughed. All the political references went over everybody's heads. And but Evan was played multiple characters, and he was playing Nancy Pelosi, who was the Speaker of the House at the time. And he did great. I mean, again, Evan never had a problem rising to the challenge of whatever character I was asking him to play. Man, woman, whatever. And yeah, I mean, clearly we did not have any female presence in the main entourage. Again, we had a larger group of friends who we were in class with. But in terms of the movie making, it was just kind of like a small group. And, and so we used each other's help for these senior projects. And so the next 2 little videos that we're going to see, I guess 3, because the first 2 are from our friend Cesny, his senior project, which was about political advertising. And I can't remember what his thesis was or what it was really he was trying to do with it. But basically, he had us shoot 2 political ads for these fake political candidates. One is played by Evan, and the other is played by our friend Adam. And Evan's ad for Evan's politicians very interviews a regular guy, and then it cuts to Evan's character telling a little bit about himself, and then he does the cheesy politician smile. And then the other ad is from his opponent, and it's an attack ad. And then at the end of that, the candidate behind that ad walks out and does his little spiel. And and that was Cesny's senior project, and I'm pretty sure he got an A. You'll see how silly these things are. it'll seem even more silly when you see the blooper reel that goes with it, because it was just always like that when we filmed something. When you see this blooper reel, you see the other blooper reels, it was always like that. I just didn't always cut together a blooper reel for all we did. So we are going to get these two political ads, and the blooper reel right now.
I support Neil Gilmore because he supports our Second Amendment rights. He believes firmly in family values, and he is what Washington needs to change it.
Growing up in rural Kentucky, I've done my share of hard work, but I've also been around the block a few times, learning valuable lessons about how to fix our nation's economy. A vote for Gilmore is a vote for a better tomorrow.
And yes, Evan's wearing fake plastic Superman hair that went with the Superman costume that I had. And it works for the politician character. And then this is the attack ad.
This is Neil Gilmore. He seems like a regular guy, but he has a dark side. Did you know that he is a poacher? And he performs corrupt dealings for his own financial gain?
Bad
And
Photoshop.
did you know that he wants to take away your Second Amendment right to bear arms?
We as Americans should outlaw guns.
Oh, hey there. I'm a regular gun-toting American, and I support tax breaks for the rich. Now, my opponent, Neil Gilmore, he thinks the rich should be taxed more. I think that's just downright unconstitutional. I'm Ted Sudler, and a vote for Sudler is a vote for Southern hospitality.
Just walking around with the gun. You gotta love it. So now we're gonna get the blooper reel. And this is ridiculous.
And he is what Washington needs.
And you know, cursing and interrupting
Cut.
a
That was
take
good.
was always
That was
the
good. Okay.
the thing at this point, as you can see.
Now that's the blooper reel.
Director, look through the camera, make sure. Don't do that!
No, don't do that. Action.
I support Neil Gilmore because he reads the Bible, and he says in the Bible that you can have a gun.
That looks fine.
Call it.
Action.
Yeah, old radios, the real ads are goofier now.
Okay. Reshoot.
Yep.
Action.
The Blair Witch. I've seen the Blair Witch.
Okay, Joe, we can't get this done.
I'm a pirate. I only know the ways of the sea.
Action.
Okay,
Stop.
you're not gonna catch me out in those ones.
It's sideways. No, no laughing.
Making it, they're gonna slowly make it louder. I heard them plot.
All right. Come on,
I mean, again, this
Stacey.
is how it always was.
I support Neil Goldman because
Cut. Come on. Okay. Said Goldman.
Gold.
Not Goldman. Gilmore.
what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna kick the soccer ball. No. Action.
I support Neil Goldman.
It's-
Is there anywhere we can make a mark here?
That's not on the screen. That's not in the shot.
Soccer ball.
Bit
I
long.
can't elaborate on it without using the word gun 50 times.
Okay, how about this? Neil Gold. Near Gold.
No one can say his name.
Near Gordman.
Neil.
Somebody
That's not the
Sears,
shot. That's not
what we learned is everybody loves a blooper
It's
reel.
off screen. Action.
I support Neil Goldman.
Oh my God.
We can't have the other candidate walking in the background, Evan.
No. No. Hold on.
Evan, walking in the back, pacing.
Neil Gilmore.
Fuck, I screwed it up.
Well, they were flipping the camera off in the background, so that doesn't help.
Didn't bleep every curse
Take
word in this
positions.
one, unfortunately.
I think that's just downright unconstitutional.
I'm not sure if we splice these clips together. I'm sure it'll be just fine.
Yep. And Evan was right. Again, Cesny got an A for that project. And the blooper reel, yeah, when I put that together, I mean, again, I loved cutting together blooper reels and just finding the most ridiculous stuff and then finding some music I could cut it to. And I always had a really good time just trying to find music that would fit. And, those ads were obviously very ridiculous, and the bad Photoshop and but even when we were growing up in North Carolina, we had been kind of like exposed to extreme political ads in the sense of like I think it was in 2008 for the candidates for Senate, it was Elizabeth Dole, wife of Bob Dole, was running against this woman named Kay Hagan, and she did this ad where they faked Kay Hagan's voice, and they faked her saying, "There is no God." And it was just this huge, created this huge political firestorm because everybody knew it was fake, and it came out right away that it was just, they hired an impersonator, and it was just seen as being in really bad taste. And it lost Libby Dole, as they like to call her in the ads, Libby Dole. It lost Libby Dole the election. And it was like, everybody remembered that as like, oh, you don't fuck around with trying to really make somebody look bad without really having real evidence to back it up. Look where we are now. That's the thing. We were satirizing that, and that was a case where the people responded the right way. And Elizabeth Dole was the Republican, and Kay Hagan was the Democrat, and it didn't matter about the political parties. That was in really bad taste. I'm not voting for her. It is not like that now, and it's sad. But it's just funny to have that frame of reference to, and again, you know me, that's all about what I'm doing here on the show, is adding context to things. So I think that context for the political ads is important. It was just it was so funny to even kids. We were like, that's not her. That's not that lady. What are they doing? Why would they do this? Everybody was not about it. So yeah, politics is just nuts. So Cesny's, it turned out great for Cesny. Mine turned out great for me. I can't remember what Evan did his senior project on. I know Job did his on scuba diving. So that was what he did for he got his certification. And it worked out. It worked out for him. But yeah, I wish I could remember what Evans was. I should have asked him. But we got a few more very short things on the docket. One's a minute, and the other two are less than 30 seconds. But we'll go one at a time. But this is the last one of the high school period that we were filming stuff in. And it's very simple, very short. It's entitled The Email, and it's Evan. Evan's the only one in it, and it's just very silly and absurd. And again, I think you'll notice that by this point, there's a lot of absurdity to the humor. I guess this was post me watching Twin Peaks for the first time, so there's certainly a degree of influence, to just really go big or go weird or go, that was between all the old horror stuff that I have known and loved up to that point, and then the new stuff that I was getting into, and then just absurd stuff like Lynch. I was starting to broaden my palette, but it was definitely going more towards absurd comedy, absurd horror, just weirdness. I've always liked weirdness, as we know with this show. And, and throughout all this, Evan has been right there, side by side, up to this show. And so that's why we've celebrated tonight by looking back on these films and introducing everybody to these films. But we're going to get the email, we'll get the two other things, and then we'll call it a night. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the email right now. We definitely use some I definitely use some copyrighted music here.
Ooh, Nick Cage has a new movie out.
We're also big Arrested Development fans, me and Evan at this time. That's what we're building over here, Alana. A community of weirdos. That's what it's all about. Just very short, very simple, very silly, right? Getting an urgent misspelled email, and instead of focusing on the urgent, you're focusing on the misspelling. And yeah, I mean, just very silly. And yeah, Old Radios, if you haven't seen it, you should at least check out the first 3 seasons. They're on Netflix if you have it. Season 4 are not great. Season 5 tries to be better. I did a rewatch of the later seasons, like within the last year, and was not as impressed as the first time that I'd watched. Like season 5, like when I watched it the first time, I was like, oh, actually, this is better than season 4. They're getting closer to being on track, and then it ended. But the first 3 seasons are, again, the humor, it's meta, it's satirical, it's absurd, it's that mixture of weirdness, and the characters are weird. And you know, I watched it. It was funny because obviously it was like 2004 during when it first ran. I guess I was like 10, and I remember watching it with my siblings and laughing even at 10 years old. And then when we were at high school at this time, I was watching it on Hulu because it was streaming on Hulu at the time, and I was like, hadn't seen it since that first time I had watched it, and so I was like so happy to get back into it. And then Evan watched it too, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Like we like that, Always Sunny, Monty Python, Family Guy, of course. For all of us, Family Guy was like the common denominator. We're all going home and watching TBS, which is playing a lot of Family Guy, a lot of Seinfeld. And so, you know, you can see where our influences were coming from. So we just like really, we had a great time with it. And we did some other projects like into college, into like post-college. We've done other like film projects, nothing on this level. You know, it's as we got older, we got a little more, I guess, perfectionist, or a little more wanting to, you know, go bigger. Obviously, I was going to more film school, and so there was always that kind of push to go bigger. And so right out of my graduate school, we did a short film entitled Pool Ghouls. And yeah, I'll say that again because I know it doesn't always exactly roll off the tongue for me very well. Pool Ghouls. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like 25-minute short film. We're not watching the whole thing. I've got a 30-second teaser. That's what we got for it. Eventually, we will show you guys the whole thing. But Evan plays the protagonist in Pool Ghouls. He plays the lead, who's the manager of a public community pool. And he gets wrapped up in this plot from the long dead necromancer manager who killed a bunch of people back in the 80s, and indirectly they've been summoned and are wreaking havoc as the 4th of July approaches. So it's very much an homage to Jaws and The Fog and movies that I really loved growing up. Jaws I saw for the first time when I was 6 and loved it. And then The Fog I watched with the same guys that we've seen in the movies tonight. And we had a lot of fun watching The Fog together. And if you ever hear us go, what is that? There was a DVD menu for The Fog. And there'd be times where there was a time where they stayed over and we put it on the TV. We all fell asleep and the DVD menu was playing. And so like each one of us at different times, like maybe like barely woke up hearing, what is that? And then would like look around, like really like concerned for a second, and then realize, it was the DVD menu. But that has been a like recurring thing, is what is that? So yeah, Pool Ghouls really was a labor of love. It is literally, I have been such a needlessly over perfectionist about it, to the point of I'm still like tinkering with the color. I'm not happy with the color, but when it's done, rest assured you will see it. So we're gonna go ahead and get the trailer, the teaser for Pool Ghouls right now. And you'll see at least a couple good shots of Evan.
Something lurks around Goolsby Pool that isn't alive. They're terrifying, summoned by pure evil. And now, they're here to seek revenge. Pool Ghouls. If you're easily frightened, it'll leave you dead in the water. Rated R.
Rated R. Yes, so that is the trailer, little teaser trailer for Pool Ghouls. Yeah. Pool Ghouls was it was a lot of fun. It was a big project though, and definitely maybe a little bigger than we realized. And goodness knows, Evan, the shirt that he wears in the finale was my shirt. And he probably was holding on holding on to it for 2 or 3 years, because we were still filming stuff, because COVID got in the way. Like, we started in 2019 and COVID happened. And so for the next like couple summers, we were still trying to like get certain shots and certain things to fill it out. And the editing took a long time, and this is what you learn as you get older. Whereas before, it's just you and your buddies. You go to your computer, you find some music, you cut it together really fast. As you get older, the projects get more complex and all the pieces get a lot bigger, and it's but I think it's worth it. And again, what I think is always the through line through all this stuff is the stories are always going for it. I think you see a lot of, even when they're just absurd, like The Quest was, you're seeing that, there's an effort to entertain and not just kind of give you something boring. But the last thing that we're going to see is an incredibly short teaser. I wish I had something longer for you. But it's a very short teaser from the short film that we did after Pool Ghouls that was completely an Evan labor of love. He wrote it, he produced it, he directed it. A couple of us helped produce it, act in it. it was a much smaller film than Pool Ghouls, but Evan was the driving force. He was the leader all the way through, and it again, you'll see from the teaser, it came out looking great. It showed, Evan submitted it to a couple film festivals that it did play at, and at some point we will be seeing Ember Eaters, it is called the Ember Eaters. So at some point we will be seeing it, but this is really Evan put a lot of himself into this movie, and I think in this film, this is probably Evan's best performance, and because it's just, again, he really, across the board, he is the auteur with this movie. And I think, again, all the stuff that you've seen up over the night up to what we're about to see, it's like, Evan's learning and gaining knowledge across the way, and growing as a performer and as a creator and as a writer and everything. So, again, even just this short little bit, you'll see some of the promise. So we will get our final presentation of the night, which is this teaser. Sorry, my fat fingers. Excuse my fat fingers. The teaser for the Ember Eaters right now. And that's it. That is the Ember Eaters. That is what I have for the Ember Eaters. So it's great. I mean, again, it came out looking really good. You could see I'm in there, my hair's down. My performance is okay. Everybody else does a much better job. Even the monster. And that, because that was hard. There is a monster in that one, and it required our very good friend who wasn't in any of the stuff we saw tonight, but he's been on some stuff on the show. It required him, not only was he the DP for that project, but it also required him to play the monster and wear stilts. And to wear this monster costume while walking on stilts, and it was absolutely amazing, honestly. And that was all Evan masterminding that. He was the one that's like, I'm gonna get stilts and I'm gonna design the monster costume, and I'm gonna. So I hope that at some point, maybe Halloween time next year, that may be something we find an opportunity to share with you guys. I certainly want to share Pool Ghouls, and it will be done within the next few months, I promise. But I really I had a lot of fun celebrating Evan tonight. Again, I wanted to do it in a way where we could just do something different, something outside of the show and public domain. And again, it's definitely it wasn't a roast. I don't think and again, I got Evan's blessing before I did this. He was I don't think any of us feel any kind of embarrassment about doing this stuff. We had so much fun. I mean, you can always look back at things like that and be like, well, I don't know, but it's just hard not to I always look back on these films, and I always pick out the things I love. I'm always like, God, that was great. Were just the stuff I think was funny. And so I was really happy to share that with all of you guys for the first time, and to do it in a way which we could, highlight Evan, follow Evan's life, and celebrate Evan, because again, it all contributes to what he's brought to this show. And again, we've done this for 4 years, so coming up on 4 years completely. So he's always just kind of been this creative partner and done a lot of great work. So I'm glad that we could do this tonight. I'm really glad that all of you could be here and hanging out and enjoying this. Evan is the man fresh. That's right. And yeah, I think all of you, I mean, again, I know you could look at some of that stuff and like, oh, well, this is just not what we normally watch. I'm going to watch something, whatever it may be. So I appreciate that you guys really enjoyed this stuff, and it's weird, right? We're all just a bunch of weirdos having a good time. That's what it's all about. And again, that's what I was aiming to do here, is celebrate in our own weird way. And again, there's other shorts that we did at that time that have less Evan that are on those channels. And if you go to our channel page at the bottom, there's other links to other channels. So a couple of those have some of those old movies on there if you want to go check out more of those. It's been good to have everybody in here to celebrate Evan and all this stuff. And so I appreciate everybody. And of course, Mr. Fresh Rogan, who's, let's just say, he's very well connected to the group that we've been watching tonight. Again, he's intern for Atomic Pictures Films. So let's just say he was right there. So I'm glad that he could watch along and have a good time. Because, as an intern, he put in a lot of great work as well. So really happy to have Fresh in here for this tonight. And again, I'm just happy to have Alana, Kathy, Sears, Old Radios. You've been in it for the long haul. Everybody, y'all have just been having a blast. And of course, we've had so many friends in the chat throughout the night. Scott and James and Joe Cola was in here. And let's see, I'm sure Alana sent me a message because as she always does, she sends me an email of everybody who was in the chat. So I appreciate you doing that, Alana. We've also got Toast, of course, Tom O, Thomas, we had Jack and Scott and Bees and Steve and Lauren. So really, really, really appreciate all of y'all tuning in tonight. I think it's been a very nice birthday salute to Evan, and we did it upright. And I'm sure Evan he'll be checking this out later. So I know he's gonna love to see all your kind words, and just glad that we were all entertained for the evening. And I'm glad that we were all entertained for the evening with this stuff. Again, it's something that we got the privilege of showing these different things to classmates over the years, and it's all been up on YouTube forever. But to bring it to our newest special group of friends, it's special in and of itself. Because we just had a lot of great support here on the channel the past few years from all of you, and we're gonna keep it up. We're about to wrap up this season, get into year 5, into our 5th year. We'll have done 4 years. We're getting into the 5th year. So we're looking forward to what all that has to offer, and we've still got a few more weeks left of the season, which means a few more games of trivia. So we'll be back live again next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern for more Clutching Hand and more Trivia of Terror. I think 2 or 3 more opportunities. 3 more opportunities to score points and see where you can end. Who will be the champion of Trivia of Terror Season 2? It was Alana last season. So we'll see who can take the crown this time and decide what we'll be watching for our minisodes next season. So that's going to be Thursday at 9 p.m. Then we'll be back on our regularly scheduled programming Friday at 9 p.m. Evan will be back as we watch Shriek. Shriek of the Mutilated, which is a regional 70s Yeti movie out of New York State from the notorious filmmaking couple, the Finlays, who we'll learn a lot about. Really interesting characters. who lived in the world of exploitation and grindhouse filmmaking. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So please join us next Friday for that. Of course, we'll have a Saturday night shocker lined up for you tomorrow night. I haven't put it together yet. And the winter storm will not hit us. I'll be able to get it done. It will not hit us then. And then I think we'll be good by the time it's time to stream next week. If I don't put a post out on Monday saying for Shriek of the Mutilated, my power's out. But I think we'll be okay. We're prepared in any case, but I think we'll be all right. I hope anybody else is dealing with ridiculous weather over the next week. I hope you stay safe. I'm sure all of you deal with it a lot, right? More regularly than we do here in North Carolina, and I'm sure you'll be playing it safe. But please do be safe. Everybody out there, it's a crazy world. A lot of bullshit is happening. So please stay safe out there. And just keep doing your thing. If we've learned anything tonight, embrace your weird, have fun with your friends, and you'll, hopefully have stuff to, kind of cherish for years to come. And so, again, wishing a very happy birthday to Evan in just 12 minutes. It will be his birthday. I'm not going to stay on to then. It would be appropriate to do a countdown, but, again, this is kind of the normal nature of the show. Watch 3 parts of our presentation. Try to sign off before midnight if we can. So we're at our natural stopping spot. So really, really, really can't say enough how much I appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Can't say enough how much I appreciate Evan being here and being such an integral part of this show and a lot of my creative endeavors over the past 20-ish years. So big salute and thanks and love to Evan and to Evan's family to allow him to participate in all this stuff, from his parents when we were younger to now his wife and his daughter. They allow Evan to make the time to come in and provide this entertainment for everybody. So, again, it's nice to just shout out other people and salute other people for the hard work they do. So I'm happy to do that tonight. And, happy that all of you could be here, and we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming starting tomorrow with our Saturday night shocker and through the next week. So until next week, sweet screams, everybody, and to all a good fright.